Hi Shane, it's Dave from OptimalResume.com. It was a pleasure talking to you. We just got off the phone and I thought I might try to get you this link ASAP. I just wanted to review some of the things we talked about on the call today. This is again starting just showing from the student perspective how whether the students uploaded a resume or created one with our tool, it's very easy to opt in. Simply checking a box to opt in. Student indicates that the resume is going to be searchable by employers. After doing so, they can also elect to make their contact information private, and as you saw, basically that makes it impossible for the employer to see their contact information at any point, and the only way for employers to contact these students is to contact them online. There are some additional options for students who opt in to keep their profile current. Much of this information is defaulted in from their current user profile. They have the option to tag their resume and also upload a photo. But the key message here is I think that opting in is quite easy. It works for either uploaded or resumes that have been created with the tool. Now, as I switch perspectives to the employer perspective, I'll reset my filters here. Right now, I guess, as we talked about, there are some benefits to employers in terms of the business model for this program, where employers get to assess the quality of the database before making any investment in it. This is an employer account on our hub, optimalresume.com/employers, so our central hub, where basically employers can search resumes from over 220 universities right now. And the resume database is growing nicely over time. We have a small number right now, 6,411 resumes, but with each passing day we have more students opting in. So it is definitely a program for 2011 and 12. I think as time goes by and the database gets bigger, it becomes more and more interesting to employers on our hub here. I'm going to select one school right now just to kind of get back to some of the major functionality here, which is looking at some of the integrated video interviewing. So I'll just click on a candidate's resume here, and as I showed you, what's really neat for the employer on our hub here is so they can easily search at a large number of schools. They can find candidates and actually save them under this tab before they make any investment. The idea is let them see the quality of the database, minimize their investment by saving candidates in folders before they want to create resume books or buy candidate screening access. Candidate screening access is really access to this toolbar. Employers can send messages to students. We talked about the two built-in video screening options. This is an example of what we call online interviewing, which is where basically the employer creates questions like this and can receive student responses right here on the hub. And the nice, as I mentioned, where we think this has value is instead of doing telephone screening and dialing for dollars and leaving messages and going through all that, it's very easy for the employer to basically just get an email when they have new candidate interviews to look at, and it's very quickly here creating under this link to basically create your own screening interview. The other option, which is really cool, is this browser-based video conferencing capability, and I told you we think there's some key benefits to this approach, and you're not going to be able to see me. I'm going to have to pause this call in a second, this movie, because I'm using my webcam right now to create this movie, but the idea is that it's browser-based. We're encrypting the code here, and as opposed to Skype, which is very difficult to track, as opposed to Skype, which has to be installed on both ends, this is browser-based. It uses Flash, and as you'll see, you probably can't see me here in a second. I'm going to pause and be right back. So I just needed to pause, I'm sorry about that, in order to let my webcam detect my me here for the video conference. So it does, the encrypting does take 10 or 15 seconds, but we have to protect our intellectual property, as I told you that. So it's not too bad though. And then again, what the major benefit of this is that it's browser based. It's very convenient, and I think it takes out a lot of the logistical challenges. You'll be able to see me. Hi there now. A lot of the logistical challenges that are there with setting up a Skype and tracking Skype. And it does have built-in chat, and there's no time limit on this. And I think it's a very nice convenience to have. And so we think that this kind of fills the space. If you're an employer trying to decide if you're going to go to a specific school, if you're trying to if you have to cancel on-campus interviews, something like that, or if you just want to disqualify candidates early on, it's easy to look at resumes first and then maybe invite people to apply on your corporate site. There's lots of different applications for the employer here. So that's again the hub version of this, and this is a revenue generating program for the school. We have two options for employers, one for resume books, which I think are very affordable. You see some of the numbers here from $25 to $150, and then candidate screening access starts at $195 and goes up to $32.50. Again, we do a 50-50 revenue share with the school. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about was this final option for a university branded version of this program. And as I mentioned to you, that basically schools can make this free for employers, if that's important. I will say that as we saw in the Miami example, and I'll just review that again here. Sorry about that. Hold on a second here. In the Miami example here, you'll see that Miami's added this as a link here on their employer entry page. What this basically is, we think it's doing is it gives employers, the capability to search resumes and easily video interview students. And so, to the extent that you want to drive traffic through your current portal, this is a nice option because you don't have to redirect employers to our hub to do the searching and use this functionality. And so, all of the same capabilities are here on the university branded portal. Employers can basically search the resumes that are there. They can look at the documents. They can manage candidates in folders, rate candidates, save candidates, and do the video conferencing. And so there's no cost to the school, and all you have to really do is add a link. And you can set this up as, if you wanted to set this up like Miami, as a referring URL where you basically validate the employers at the level of your portal, and then after that, employers can just get going. That's one way of doing it. But I hope that answers most of the questions. Shane, it was a pleasure speaking with you today. My name is Dave McNasby. My number is 919-354-5017, and my email is davem@optimalresume.com. So anyway, let me know if I can add any more information. And again, thanks very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.